Hi, Jennifer Gilchrist here with empoweredwomensleadership.com, and I work with sensitive female entrepreneurs who might be a little overwhelmed in life and business, or might be aspiring to realign their business with their passion and their purpose. And I help you really regain the tools and confidence and trust needed to harness your intuition and follow your internal guidance system and make your dreams a reality. And today I'm doing an angel card reading, and actually it's going to be an Ascended Masters card reading. It's the Ascended Masters deck from Doreen Virtue, and it's for January 18th through 24th of 2016. And so I'm just going to tune in and ask for some guidance that we can all receive. And as I'm going through the reading, make sure that you tune into your own guidance as well. So notice, what I might say might spark something. Notice if the card gives you a particular message just for you. Just kind of notice what your own intuition is telling you. It's a way to start practicing that muscle that we all have and learning to trust it so you can gather your own messages as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull 3 cards for this week. Actually, another one came out. Perfect. All right. So the first card is Freedom. I love this card. It's so beautiful. It's Hawaii. It reminds me what is Hawaiian themed. And this card, that when I feel this card for today's reading, it's tuning into your desires. What are your deepest desires, your truest passion? Like, what are you really excited about? What is your why? When you think about your business and your life and the changes you might be making and how you're realigning your business with your careers, a lot of what it feels like, what is your big why? What is your big desire, your passion, and then what is your why to what that means something for you, like the reason behind it is so powerful in terms of actually being able to create that clarity and kind of make that call to action so that the required steps and help and guides will come in to support you in having that ultimate freedom. And freedom is at the basis, I know, is one of my core values. I want freedom of, my personal life, my career. I want my spiritual freedom. Like, it's just all the way around. Freedom plays a big part in how I set up my own, what works as my business plan. So just take a look at, what are your cores? What is freedom to you? What are your desires? What are your whys? And start connecting to that on a deep level. And the path will open up really a lot easier and more often for you. The next card is Choose Peace. And the first thing that comes to mind with this card is, if you're making a decision, thinking about, what brings me more peace? What decision, if you're in questioning something or kind of at a crossroads or trying to get clear, it's like asking yourself, what is going to bring me more in alignment with being at peace and more on my path? And that is a good way to kind of start to hone in and clarify a decision, especially if you're in a space of feeling like you're not sure which way to go or what to do, or you're kind of wobbly. Just go back to that question of choosing peace and, which brings me more peace, which is in alignment with my highest desire and my path. And the next card is Listen. So it feels like it's getting kind of reflective. Like this whole week looks like, first you're tuning into, you're being called to kind of tune more into your desires and your passions and your whys, and like getting, like even hunkering down and getting more clarity and more tuned in to what is of your highest priorities. And then it's about, and what freedom means to you. And then it's choosing the path of peace, choosing the path of peace, whether it's in conflict with somebody else, whether it's a decision that you're making, tuning into what is going to bring me more closer to my path and what is going to feel more at peace in my body when I choose that answer or that direction. And then the last card is Listen. So it's listening. So it's about tuning in to your deepest desires and using the path of ease and peace and listening to the responses, listening to the guidance steps that come through, because they tend to come one step at a time. And sometimes, we can have these really big visions and these really big goals, and that's really awesome, but it's important to connect back with, and that's really what's coming to me now as I'm looking at this. It's like, I feel like everyone's got these really big visions and goals and, expansions of their business and life and what that looks like for 2016. And it's totally possible. It's happening. It's like, I feel this momentum for that. And this week might be a little bit of like overwhelm, like, oh my gosh, like, okay, let's get out of the frazzle, spin and stress and come back to why this is important, what's important, honing in on that desire, choosing the path of ease, the path of peace, connecting with our guides, our higher self, God, angels, asking for that help and guidance, and listening to the response. So being quiet with your body is going to be really important. And then the punctuation card that came through, which is sometimes a next step that comes in or something else to discuss, is Kuan Yin, and it says, let it go. So you get clear, you choose, you listen, you ask for guidance, and then just let it go out to the universe. Like let go of the attachment to the outcome, let go of worrying how to figure it out or the why. Just allow yourself to take a breath. It feels like take a breath and let it go, and just know that you're guided and supported, and keep coming back to your why, choosing peace. It looks like a reflective time, maybe not having a super busy schedule and finding yourself getting too caught up in distractions. Just allowing that space to give to yourself and to trust and have faith. You're being called to have trust and faith in the process and yourself and God. All right. Well, looks like a good week. It looks like more clarity is coming through the other side of this one. And I look forward to hearing what your insights are. If you haven't already joined us, I'd be love to have you over in the Enlightened Entrepreneurs group on Facebook with Jennifer Gilchrist, and just connect with more like-minded people so you can get that community support. So often you can feel like you're all alone on this entrepreneurial path or this spiritual path, and it can be scary and overwhelming, and a lot of people around you may not get it or understand the choices that you're making. So just know that there are people out there that are going through this process just like you, and it's wonderful to connect and have community to bounce ideas off of, and just to have that support when you're going through these shifting and these turbulent times, it looks like. Okay, thank you. Talk to you soon next week. Bye-bye.